Well, hey, y'all. My name is Willie Lawson of Fight Back Media and the Morning Report. I trust that you are well today. It has been an ongoing drama for the past 3 days, and I think we are at vote 13. For vote 13 in 3 days. Impressive work. Now, a lot of people are saying that what's happening here is tragic and terrible, and it shows that the Republican Party can't get its act together and all those things. But that's really not it at all. It's not what's happening here, and it's being portrayed as that, but that's not what's really the deal is. The deal is this. Um, Hang on just a second, and I'll. No, there. This is what Congress should always look like. This is a very difficult thing. This is how our constitutional republic was designed to operate. There should always be lively debate, opposition, open and public discussion. Government should not move smoothly and operate quickly. That's not how it should work. Government should never operate as a uniparty where it runs like a freight train over the Constitution and the rights of people. It should always take days, if not weeks, of public discussion to pass a bill. This, what we're seeing, is actually healthy government. It's funny when so often you have been faced with the counterfeit. It's hard to know, and it's hard for people to understand what is actually supposed to look like. No, we've not seen it, and it isn't the thing that gets portrayed in the media. And we hear candidates say we're going to go to Washington, we're going to get things done, and the idea is, well, we have a do nothing Congress. Okay, okay, which means this: nothing's getting worse. And right now, in the House of Representatives, nothing is getting worse. No more omnibus bills, um, no more aid to Ukraine. No, nothing is happening. They are showing up and voting in the morning, having lunch, coming back and voting in the evening, going home and having dinner. That's worth the price of their salaries and the salaries of all their staffs at this point, because that's cheap in comparison to what they could be doing. That is that is cheap. That's bargain basement cheap in comparison to what they could be doing. So I think that we have to understand that this. I mean, we have to understand, and we have to train other people or hip other people to this whole idea that not everything at the federal government should be happening snip, snap, 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 snap. Which means there isn't any disagreement, there isn't any discussion. For instance, the omnibus bill, where they get it, and in a couple of days they were supposed to have gone through and talked about 4,100 pages of legislation. But if we don't approve it, we're gonna have to shut the government down. Okay, let's shut the government down and go through this monstrosity one page at a time, and let's have lively debate. Or if you don't want that, do your work in September, do it in smaller portions, so we can do what? So we can open it up and have lively debate and discussion and amendments and work this out over a length of time. This is the part about the federal government that's missing. And I'm telling you, I'm not blaming Democrats specifically. Republicans have been at fault just as much. And they all get away with it because none of us are supposed to know the difference. We get told we need to get things done. We need to get things done. I'm going to go there and get things done. The only people who are getting done are you and I. We're getting done royally. Royally, we're getting done. Now, the idea is that what we see here and what we hear from press and what we hear from some politicians about what's happening in this battle of electing the Speaker of the House is not something that hasn't happened before. The last time it happened was in 1923, I believe. 9 ballots, I guess, and other times, one other time, 133 ballots. They battled this thing for weeks, and that's okay. That's fine. It's perfectly okay. If they can do that, it shows that they have a healthy system. And you guys know that I teach saxophone, flute, and clarinet. So when I have a student that does something that I've been asking them to do, and they don't think they can do it, but they actually do it. All I need is one time. Then I always ask them, "You see what you did? You did blah 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 blah." And they go, "Yeah." And so your problem is now that I expect you to do it all the time. The requirement is that you do it all the time. It's not even an expectation anymore. It's a requirement. So now that they have battled this, or they continue to battle, however long it plays out, however long it doesn't really matter to me. I'm, as long as they don't screw it up and get Hakeem Jeffries elected as the Speaker of the House. This can go on for weeks. I don't care. I don't need them to drop out. I just don't. They just can't mess up and get Hakeem Jeffries elected as Speaker of the House. That's it. But you can't do. Everything else, I don't care. It's fine. Soon, people will stop caring. And that's the deal. Soon, people will stop caring. And I think there are people who don't either know or care now. And pretty soon, everyone will stop caring, which will have told you what you have done. All of you have done historically to the institution. You have made it unimportant. You killed it. You killed it. You killed it by mistreating it. You killed it by not following the directive of the founders. But now that you've done this, it is now not just an expectation, but a requirement that you do this on every single thing. Not that they try to use this as an excuse. But we got so behind the first couple of days that we have to write these 7,000-page bills and get them passed this afternoon. No. And Republicans have to learn this too. So when they got that 4,100 page bill in the Senate, Republicans should have said, we're not voting on this. I'm not voting on it. We're going to filibuster. We're going to not show up so there isn't a quorum. We're going to do whatever we can. But there isn't any way we're just going to vote on this in less than a month. It's 4,100 pages. And the same thing in the House. It should have been, there's no way we're voting on this. If we have to not form a quorum every day, just not show up so there isn't a quorum, so we can't move forward, while we investigate every single page. And if Democrats aren't willing to work with us on amendments, on striking some crap, it's never going to get passed. It just isn't. Yes, gridlock is good. And the gridlock is good t-shirts will be available in the merch store this weekend. Gridlock is good. My name is Willie Lawson. This is fightbackmedia.com, 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 and fightbackmediatv.com. Until we see you again, go out there and learn something, love somebody, and for goodness sakes, y'all take care of yourself. We'll see you when we see you. Peace.